Did you know that if Gothic cathedrals, like the old, like medieval cathedrals that were built over the course of generations, the architecture of those cathedrals were meant, the way that they look has a specific like design and templates to them. And the reason they have those, or the reason that was what it was, and they didn't, people probably didn't know at the time, they just knew that it worked, right? If you build it in such a way, the the choir, because they didn't have amplifiers, they didn't have organs at that point. It was just human singing, or maybe like instruments, right? But people, human singing, you get enough human singing together, and because of the acoustics in those chapels, and I would call it the asps of the uh, of the cathedrals, would amplify the choir. And the reason why they did that is because it made people feel closer to God, right? They would, oh man, I feel this. I feel the Lord's presence here. Because you have all this big, gigantic, and then the more people you have, the more it's amplified. And the more musicians you have, the more it's amplified, right? And it's this acoustic, there's a frequency. It's almost like when you go to like a Lamb of God concert, or you go to, I have to relate this to like heavy metal, right? When you have that loud, amplified, just thundering, booming sound. Like when I'm on stage and I've played in several different bands, and I liken it to surfing, because I used to surf. But you have this wave that's behind you that's pushing you, and I can't describe it any other way. But when you get in the zone, when you're like in that flow state as a musician, and you have this wave behind you that's pushing your surfboard along, or your guitar, whatever, pushing you along, there's a certain frequency and amplify. And when you amplify that to volumes that are just fucking tremendous, it's like yeah, man, you get chills. You just like, fuck yeah. Like there's certain bands that bring that out of me, right? And of course, what do you want to do? You want to run around in a fucking pit like a cyclone, right? Because you don't know what else to do. You're like, let's go hit something. Um, but it's that there's a certain frequency, and there's a certain frequencies, and certain at certain volume levels that will trigger like dopamine in human beings, right? Which of course is what they were trying to do, but didn't know that that's what was going on. They just thought it was making you closer to God, right? By having that. And then later on, when they came up with like pipe organs and stuff like that,